Today we're going to talk about solving equations with rational exponents. To simplify a power to a power, we multiply the exponent. Remember the example, x to the 4th power to the 7th power is equal to x to the 28th power, because 4 times 7 is 28. Another example is x to the 1/3 power to the 3rd power. Notice since 1/3 and 3 over 1 are reciprocals, 1 times 3 is 3, and 3 times 1 is 3, and 3 over 3 is 1. So when you multiply something by its reciprocal, you get an exponent to the 1st power. So x to the 1/3 to the 3rd is x. Notice that you can get rid of a fraction exponent altogether by raising it to the reciprocal. Remember, the reciprocal is a fraction where you invert the numerator and the denominator.
For this example, we have 5x plus 7 to the 1/3 power equal to 3. The reciprocal of 1/3 is 3 over 1, or 3. So we're going to raise both sides of the equation to the 3rd power. So 5x plus 7 to the 1/3 times 3 power equals 3 to the 3rd power. Now we can cancel these out because 3 times 1/3 is 1, so we have 5x plus 7 to the 1st power equal to 3 to the 3rd power, which is 27. Now we subtract 7 from both sides and get 5x equals 20 and divide both sides by 5. So our final answer is x equals 4. For this example, we have 2x equal to 4x plus 8 to the 1/2 power. The reciprocal of 1/2 is 2 over 1, or 2. So we raise both sides of the equation to the 2nd power, which gives us 2x squared equal to 4x plus 8 to the 1/2 times 2 power. When we multiply this out, 2 squared is 4, and x squared equals 1/2 times 2 is 1, so this will be 4x plus 8 to the 1st power. Now we want to put everything on the left-hand side of the equation, so we subtract 4x and 8 from both sides of the equation, leaving us with a quadratic. Now we can factor out a 4, which leaves us with x squared minus x minus 2 equal to 0. 4 was our GCF, so we divided all of the terms by 4 to get that. Now we need to factor the inside, which gives us x minus 2, x plus 1. Because minus 2 plus 1 is negative 1, and minus 2 times 1 is negative 2. Now we set both of these equal to 0 and solve. On the left here, we get x equal to 2 by adding 2 to both sides, and on the right, we get x equal to negative 1 by subtracting 1 from both sides. Don't forget that when we use an even power, we need to check for extraneous solutions. So we have to plug both of these into the original equation and see what happens. So for the first one, we get 2 times 2 equals 4 times 2 plus 8 to the 1/2. This is the same as 4 equal to 8 plus 8 to the 1/2, or 4 equals 16 to the 1/2. Remember, if you have the number in the denominator, that goes inside as the index of your radical. So this is 4 equal to the square root of 16. The square root of 16 is 4, so that one works out. Now we try plugging in negative 1. 2 times negative 1 is equal to 4 times 2 plus 8 to the 1/2. Gives us negative 2 equals 8 plus 8 to the 1/2. Oh, sorry, this is a negative 1, which gives you a minus 4 minus 8. Plus 8. Okay, and that gives us negative 2 equals 4 to the 1/2 power. The square root of 4 is not negative 2, it's positive 2. Therefore, this is an extraneous solution. So the only answer is x equal to 2. X equals negative 1 is an extraneous solution. Here we have x plus 5 to the 1/3 is equal to 3. The reciprocal of 1/3 is 3 over 1, so we raise both sides of the equation to the third power. So we have x plus 5 to the 1/3 times 3 equals 3 to the third power. Here we get x plus 5 to the first power equals 3 to the third, which is 27. Subtracting 5 from both sides, we get x is equal to 22. Since we raised it to an odd power, we do not need to check for extraneous solutions, so our solution is x equal to 22. Here we have 2x plus 15 to the 1/2 equals x. The reciprocal of 1/2 is 2 over 1, so we're going to raise both sides of the equation to the second power. So we get 2x plus 15 to the 1/2 times 2 equals x squared. On this side, we get 2x plus 15 equals x squared, because 2 times 1/2 is 1, so this is to the first power on the left. Now we want to get all of the terms on the same side, so I'm going to subtract x squared from both sides. So we get minus x squared plus 2x plus 15 is equal to 0. We don't like having negative x squared, so I'm going to divide this whole side. I'm going to take a negative out of the whole thing. Get x squared minus 2x minus 15 is equal to 0, and now we can factor. This will be x minus 5, x plus 3, because negative 5 plus 3 is negative 2, and negative 5 times 3 is negative 15. Now we set both of these equal to 0, and solve. So over here we get x equal to 5 by adding 5 to both sides, and over here we get x is minus 3 by subtracting 3 from both sides. Since we raised it to an even exponent, we want to check for extraneous solutions, so we need to plug both of these in. For the first one, we get 2 times 5 plus 15 to the 1/2 is equal to 5. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 15 to the 1/2 is equal to 5. So 25 to the 1/2 is equal to 5. And remember, 1/2 is the same as the square root of 25. And the square root of 25 is 5, so this is a good solution.